Hi, guys. Welcome to the Untangled Faith podcast. This is episode 53, I think. As you can tell, I'm a little bit casual today. This week is different. I had a few guests reschedule on me, and I wasn't feeling great over the weekend. So I had a friend who suggested that instead of rushing to do a long episode, I do just a short little several minute thing that I share with you. So that is what I'm doing today. I wanted to talk to you about some things that are on my mind. I have felt a heaviness lately in this space, and I wonder if some of you feel the same way. So I wanted to share that with you because I have a feeling that I am not alone, and this may resonate with some of you. And this is about this discomfort that I'm feeling. And I started to think about it honestly in my physical body initially. I have been feeling uncomfortable in my own skin. And part of it is because I have been eating to medicate. I have been eating to deal with life. Around the time I was deposed by Ramsey Solutions almost a year ago, I started eating. I also had fallen and fractured a rib, cracked, broken. I don't know what the difference between a fracture and a break is, but I fractured a rib and I just was not feeling great. And so I ate and ate. And I am in this place where I don't feel comfortable. I don't recognize myself. I know that I have a good body that God gave me. It is serving me. It is kinder to me than I am to it. And so this isn't about shame over a size or, a particular shape or amount of space I take up in the room. It is just to say it feels different for me. My clothes feel different. I look different. I feel different. And I am not used to it. I am uncomfortable. As I was journaling through this the other day and saying how I don't know who I am physically, I'm trying to get to know myself physically again, recognize myself, recognize who I am, honor the person that I am right now. Well, I really miss how I felt and really miss who I was and what I fit before. So maybe you see where I'm going with this. I feel the same, and I've been feeling the same way about faith and where I fit in that place. For so long, I knew where I fit. I was so good at obeying the rules and doing exactly what needed to be done to have a welcome, comfortable place that was mine. I was celebrated for being that person. I was the person that the teachers and the pastors loved. I was serving and I didn't mind doing all the things, honestly. I liked doing the things. I was in a very privileged position of not experiencing some of the hard, painful things that other people had experienced. I was sheltered from that very much growing up and even into my early adult life. And then I just recently pinpointed sort of one of the first fractures for me when it came to church life. And I think it was when our firstborn came into the world early, very early. I was only 33 weeks and 5 days along. That's not when you're supposed to deliver a baby. I was actually supposed to be singing on worship team that Sunday morning, but I had stayed home because the doctor told me to lay low because there had been some things that concerned me. And so I'd gone into the emergency room the night before. They checked me out and they're like, well, you know, you're probably fine, but why don't you talk to your doctor? lay low until you can talk to your doctor on Monday. And so I didn't know what lay low meant. I called someone to sub for me on the worship team. And I sat at home and sent Nathan to sing on the worship team without me. And then my water broke while I was at home and he was singing at church. But that is a whole story in and of itself. But that took me out of being able to serve for a while, having a baby really early, having to be in the hospital a lot. Ethan was in the hospital for several weeks. And then, of course, we were sort of recovering from everything. But I realized in all of that it really felt like I ceased to exist at our church when I could no longer serve. Like life went on without me and people went on without me. And I saw that even more reflected when I was on bed rest with the next child, and then with the next child, two bed rest situations with babies. And it was really hard to reckon with that. I think that was some of the first breaking and cracking in the system that I thought something isn't right. And I assumed that maybe it was just that one community. And so it was around that time a lot of things in our life were really hard. We decided to check out a new church, and it was a lovely church for us for the time. And then we moved to Tennessee, and everything was new and everything was different. If you have followed our story at all, you know what happened between 2012 and 2019 with all the things that we saw and all the things you've probably seen in the world in regard to Christian leaders. There's been a lot of disappointment, a lot of sad things, and I can't unsee it. And I can't be quiet about the injustice that I've seen. But it puts me in this new place that I have never been before as the outsider in the faith community. I'm no longer the welcomed and celebrated and the one that the pastor is excited to have in the community. I am the one that likely makes most leaders uncomfortable, likely makes them uneasy, makes me really sad. Um, it is not what I'm used to. It's not who I have been for the first several decades of my life, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with the new person that I am, but I can't go back to the old person because that person doesn't exist anymore. It's like the clothes that I want to fit in that aren't going to fit. Although maybe when they would fit, if they ever did, they really aren't me anymore. Times have changed. Fashion's changed. I've changed. I don't necessarily want to wear those clothes anymore. But I still miss the me, and I miss that feeling of belonging. That's what I miss. And I really, really hate feeling like I am a threat and not as welcome in a place that used to be such a place of joy and happiness and home for me. So that's sort of what I'm thinking through today. And I wanted to share that with you. So if you are feeling that as well, I just want you to know you're not alone. That discomfort that you feel, that missing of being home, that sadness, the homesickness maybe for a thing that maybe didn't exist that you thought existed. Maybe it's an idea of something that we miss. In some ways, I miss that naive person that I was before things broke. And I know there are people, I know for sure there are people that wish I would stop talking about injustice. I hear from them. They message me, they send me emails. Some people I know, some people I don't. Some people just passive aggressively say things online or quietly unfollow me. And I get it. But man, it's hard. It's hard. And if it's hard for you too, I just want you to know that you aren't alone. Like, it is not, I don't do this and it doesn't impact me when people are unhappy. I can't pretend that it doesn't give me great anxiety when I ask a simple question about something like an NDA of a pastor with lots of followers in a big church, and they are dishonest with me. And it's pretty clear to the whole world. And when I point it out, it becomes a big, huge deal, right? I have never wanted to be that person. And I bet you have never wanted to be that person that you are today. But I want you to know that the person you are today is welcome. There is a home for you. There is a place where you are fully accepted, fully loved, fully celebrated, with all your questions, with all your concerns, with all your pushback. That place exists, and that's why I'm here. I want to help cultivate those places, and I want to help us find people that allow us to be our whole authentic selves, wanting better, wanting what's best for God's people. So that's all I had to say for you. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I am so grateful for listeners. I am so thankful for those of you that are walking through this hard, uncomfortable path alongside of me. We wish we were anywhere else, but we are here and we're doing what we can with it. I am so grateful for you. Hope you have a great week, and I will see you here next week with a real normal episode. I'll talk to you later.